What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my ATG journey. This is week 5 of Dense. I'll be taking you through my workouts, the tips and tricks I learned throughout the week about these exercises and about my own body. Monday, starting with the sleds, I like to go down slowly and much faster on the way back. This is just a tip that I picked up from Ben this last week, and I'm absolutely loving it. These step-ups crushed me. 5 sets, 20 reps on the minute for 10 minutes. I like to hold my hand on that bar there to keep stable. I only use that because my hips have some instability and I find I get a better burn that way. On my Nordics, I'm working the eccentric. 5 reps, 5 minutes, only the way down. I think in a week or two, I should be able to get down to the flat bench. I'm improving every single week. Absolutely love these exercises. The couch stretch. Now, I should be on the human knee extension, but I'm struggling there because I get pain. So I'm using the lunging in the couch stretch and getting to the wall to improve my mobility. Now, if you want to increase mental toughness, strap a weight to your foot and do ankle circles in the gym. You're bound to get some funky looks from people, and you're also bulletproofing your ankles. So this is a nice little bonus to my Monday workout. On to Tuesday. This is not me. This is actually my dad. He's lost 50 pounds in the last 3 to 4 months, and he's just getting started with his ATG training. I couldn't be more proud of the guy. First, we're doing slant calves. Squeezing at the top, getting a stretch at the bottom. I'm worked up to 7.5 pounds this week. I will keep advancing this as the weeks come on. The dense hanging L-sit. I like to use a bar right behind my back so that I can keep that 90-degree angle. My grip was giving out though, and those, so I definitely need to work on my grip. The pullover, I really like that bottom position, so I like to hang out there sometimes. Again, I'm really focusing on form there, not gonna advance it too quick, but I love those because I'm so internally rotated, and that's why I love these as well. They open my chest up, they make me feel so good. I know that last position probably wasn't the best for my camera angle, but if I ever have to blur anything out for you guys, I'll make sure that these videos aren't too provocative. Here's another angle of me really pushing slow, but also fast on the way back, you could see. So that's the difference. I really like the difference in the burn there. It makes a massive difference. The tibialis raise, 100 reps. I used the single leg version because I didn't have my tib bar. On this left ankle, I do have some niggles that I'm working through that I feel when I do the tib raises. I think with strength, that will go away. I do like these single leg exercises, but in terms of time, it just makes way more sense to have the tib bar and do 2 legs at a time. You can see here in my split squats, my heel is lifting up a little bit at the bottom, and I'm not really getting full coverage. So maybe I have to lift my foot up a little bit more because in dense, the goal is flat heel. And I'm losing my balance too. So there's something that needs to change. I'm not sure exactly what. This is in the sauna. I'm doing sauna squats inspired by Ensema. I don't think I'm ready for these yet though, to be honest. I got a little bit sore the next day after I did this, so maybe my body's telling me that I overtrained and I should hold off on these sauna squats. Here's my dad on Thursday morning this week getting his elephant walks in. If you see his left leg here, it doesn't want to really bend. So he's just going to have to try to, feel his body and learn how to get the stretch. And over time, he'll progress to the floor. This is my wonky sled in the basement. I wrap some weights in a blanket, and yeah, I can get a good burn here, but when I go to the Rogue sleds, it doesn't compare. The groin stretch really actually bothers my knee a little bit on the lateral side, but I'm in a weird position because my hips are really the weakness here, and there was causing the knee pain for the most part. So my theory is if I can really strengthen my hips and really focus on using the glutes in that stretch instead of putting all the pressure on the knees, I'll eventually be able to open them up and the pain will go away. The QL stretch, I put my hand on my head to really intensify the stretch at the bottom for the lats. I love this. My back loves it. We do need to clean a little bit in my basement, but I love that exercise. I can't say enough about it. Another final angle for the sleds. A little tip here, put a little weight between the big weights so that you can basically lift the big weights off easier. Straight leg calf. So I had a light bulb moment here when I was reviewing these videos, and that in this calf, I'm doing basically a flat ground calf with a little extra bottom stretch. But I've done the slant calf and I've done the reverse slant calf this week, so I got all 3 ankle positions throughout the entire week. The programming is absolute genius. You just can't get this anywhere else. My left leg is so much stronger when I do these exercises. When it's on the floor stabilizing, it's way easier because that glute is very strong. But as soon as I switch to my right leg here, I lose balance. It's really hard for me to keep stability because of that weakness in the glute. So I just kind of have to feel it out. And especially on these ones, I really like to keep the leg straight and squeeze the glute at the top to really bring balance back to both sides. I was reviewing this form and I don't think I'm actually doing it that well. I think the angle should be torso straight up, and I'm really leaning forward too much at the bottom. So I may have to just not go as deep on these squats and maybe put the camera down, because I was trying to get fancy with some cool videos, but I think instead I should focus on the form. They did feel really good, so I'm glad I took the video, but you get my point. On these, I actually dropped weight from last week because I was reviewing my form and I realized I was breaking that back. So the key is to not break the back, only go as low as I can without breaking the good form. And I know if I get really strong here, because it's such a good burn, it's going to be huge for my gains. And then I hop back in the sauna. This was inspired by Enzima again. I tried a different one where you actually put your elbows between your knees. I don't know if you can actually see, it's very dark in there, but again, I actually got sore the next day. I don't think my knees are they're just not ready for this stuff. I do love the sauna, and I love having access to a sauna for a very cheap price at the gym that I just found. So I'm loving it after my workouts. It's absolutely amazing. I hope you guys got some value out of this video. If you did, please send it to other people that you know could benefit from this training. If you didn't like the video, please let me know what you didn't like about it in the comments. Even throw me a dislike if you really didn't like it. Throw me a like if you did like it. If you're new to this channel, my name is Max and I talk about, knees over toes training, and also I have a podcast where I try to bring together the worlds of mental health and nutrition. So if that kind of thing interests you, consider sticking around. Maybe look through some of the podcasts I've posted. If not, I'm so glad that you made it this far. You don't have to join me next week, but I will be here next week dropping my dense week 5 review.